Week 3 discussion 2 questions. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Terkisa Gandy, and I am doing negative group questions. My first question was, what are the sources of power often seen in organizations? Be sure to give the definition of each source of power. Well, after researching the book, there are 5 sources of power. The first one is coercive power, which involves a dependent relationship between the driving agent and the recipients of force. The second one is legitimate power, which derives from authority and social and cultural norms. It involves loyalty, social rank, and the organizational hierarchy, so that the influenced individual believes the driving force agent's use of power is just and right. Also, legitimate power, when exerted and not abused, can be mutually understood and very well respected. Referent power, I hope I'm saying that word right, derives from the driving agent's personal charisma and its effect on the recipient of influence. The recipient's attribution of prestige to the driving agent leads to a desire to please or emulate the agent, meaning they want to copy and be like the agent. Okay. The fourth one is expert power. Derives from the recipient's perception of knowledge possessed by the driving agent of force. The last one is reward power. Provides an incentive for the person on the receiving end of influence to change his or her behavior, expecting to receive a reward or recognition. Okay. Part 2 of discussion 2, week 3 question says, what are negative impacts on an organization when its members exercise power and play political games within Mittsburg's political game playing framework? Give examples and or your personal experience regarding negative impacts. Okay. Now, when dealing with Mittsburg, he has certain games that he listed. Some of these games are insurancy, which means individual or groups of followers resisting authority. Counterinsurgency, leading fights back to defend against insurgency. Hard word. Sponsorship, junior staff seeking protege from powerful leaders. Alliance building power through peers network. Empire building, leaders accumulating resources to build their own power base. Budgeting, managers striving to increase their unit's budget. Loitering, flaunting authority. Line versus staff, conflict between managers with or without line authority. And rival camps, organizational factions blaming and despairing each other. Those are some of the negative impacts. My personal experience is I recently worked on a job as a coder where the team leader possessed many of MIT's powerful games. Like, for one, loitering, she flaunted her authority. She wanted everybody on the team to know that she was the team leader and that we had to follow every rule and regulation, or we had to follow every email that she sent to us. Now, the problem with that was, for her to be a team lead, I felt that she should be able to know everyone on the team's job. But unfortunately, she did not. She could not tell me or help me in the absence of the supervisor when it came to my job, which is coding. She had no idea the documentation that I looked at. She had no idea how to research codes, but she was very good at flaunting her authority. Also, she expertise employing his or her power for personal benefit. Well, she wanted all of us to know that she was in charge and that she had been with the company for 6-7 years, which really didn't matter to me because I felt like I knew more than she did and I was only there for a year. But anyway, I pray that this answers both discussion questions. I hope that this answers the discussion questions for week 3, discussion questions 2. And good night.